Well, hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, one and only AI Legends, and yeah, guys, today I am back with the next part of what if Naruto was the neglected prodigy? Well, guys, if you guys are hearing some noises here and there, please ignore it as I right now I'm not at my room, so that is the main reason there will be a bit of noise, so please ignore it. So, as I was saying, today I'm going to upload the next part of what if Naruto was the neglected prodigy. So I hope that you guys are enjoying this series. So without any further ado, let us start this video. But before starting this video, I would like to make a request to all of you guys who are watching this video to come on guys, please subscribe to my channel. It will really help me a lot as I want to reach 10k as quick as possible, and if you guys want to subscribe to my channel, it will really help me. And yeah guys, I have an Instagram page by the name of AI Legends 1234. Many people are following me on that, and if you guys do have an Instagram channel, please guys follow me on my Instagram as well. It will be great. So without any further ado, let us start our video. Last time we left off as we saw that how Naruto, you can say Minato and Kushina finally realizes their mistakes after Orochimaru pointed out to them as they were feeling pretty sad. Though they finally came with the determination that they are going to train Naruto so that they can bond with their firstborn as well. Though inside both Kushina as well as Minato were, you can say, pretty wrecked as both of them were feeling pretty sad, and after that they realized that Naruto has left their apartment, or rather compound, for at least 5 years. This shook them to the core even further as they realized that how bad of parents they actually are to not even realize that their firstborn had left their home for 5 years, and they have just realized it after going to his room, and the total room was dusted and all. After that, Minato asked Naruto why he left the compound. Though Naruto pointed out that he is no longer the Uzumaki and Namikaze, Minato and Kushina were confused about it along with Jiraiya Tsunade. So Naruto told them that how when he was stripped from the title of the clan heir from the both of the clan without any genuine reason, thus he has been abandoned by both of the clans and thus exiled from both of them, as Minato, as Kushina, everyone is warden at that. They remember the law, as Minato was the Hokage, he should have thought about it, but back then he was like a fanboy of Minato and did not even thought about anything before giving them the title of the clan heir. Though Minato was feeling pretty sad, and after that Naruto showed his, you can say, skills after dodging all the attacks of Menma, as both Minato, Kushina, Jiraiya, Tsunade realized that Naruto was simply dodging all the attacks, though he could move pretty fast, and Menma was trying his best to hit Naruto. After that, you can say the final exams happened, and Naruto was declared as the Rookie of the Year. So yeah guys, that was the last part, so without any further ado, let us start our video from here on. As now, let us start our video from here on, as Naruto was enjoying his time with the only living family he considered to be his blood relative, that is none other than Narumi. As Narumi was 7 years old, as Naruto started to get, you can say, bond with his little sister, as Narumi speak up, well Naruto Nisa, it is my favorite ramen shop here. As Naruto smiled at that, well at least we have something in common, Narumi. As Narumi smiled at that, and finally they arrived at the Ichiraku ramen. As Naruto laughed at that as they finally arrived to the Ichiraku ramen, as Ryuchi said, Naruto, and well, let's say, my second best customer, Narumi-san, as Narumi smiled at the Ichiraku ramen guy and said, Ryuchi-san, you know my big brother? As Ryuchi laughed and said, well, of course, I know my number one customer, as Ayame also arrived, as Naruto said, alright, give me some, you can say, vegetable ramen for Narumi as well as for myself, as Narumi said, but big brother, I do not want that one. As Naruto laughed, well, it has been some time, Narumi, so let us spend some time and it will be good for your health, as Narumi said, alright. As finally, as Ayame and Narumi were talking with each other, as Naruto was really, you can say, feeling a bit happy about it after all of these years of training and all, though he wanted to spend some time with his little sister, but he never got the opportunity to begin with, and he was so, you can say, trying his best to become a strong shinobi as best as he can, as both of them finally got the ramen bowl and started to eat, as then Narumi had a small, you can say, sad expression on her face as Naruto looked towards her. Narumi, what is it now? As Narumi looked towards Naruto, well, it is not that much, Naruto Nisa. Well, as Naruto looked towards her, well, you can tell me, Narumi. As Narumi looked towards Naruto with a bit of, you can say, sad expression and teary eyes, well, I wanted to train just like, you can say, Menma, Nisa, as well as Mito, but they both told me that I will never be as strong as them and I'm nothing compared to them, and I will never be strong. as Naruto looked towards Narumi and blinked for a time and said, so have you started your training? Narumi. As Narumi simply shook her head. Well, when I told mom and dad that I want to train as well, but they told me that I'm not at the right age now. But I'm going to be in the academy, and Menma and Mito told me that they were training in this year. And you also trained, right? As Naruto simply shook his head, remembering the time when he was with that family. As Naruto grated his teeth a little bit, as even though he acted a bit cool, but he still get pretty angry whenever someone hurts someone who is precious to him. As Naruto simply shook his head, well, I, mom and dad, well, Hokage-sama as well as Kushina-sama never trained me when I lived in the compound. As Narumi blinked a little. What? They did not train you? But why? They Mito told me that she was training since she was at the age of 6 and I'm at the age of 7, but I'm still not training. That is why. As Naruto simply smiled. Well, if you want to, I can help you in training. As Narumi looked towards Naruto with wide eyes, as with you can say puppy dog eyes, and said, "Really, big brother?" As Naruto only smiled at that. Well, tell me, have you unlocked your chakra? As Narumi said, well, I did unlock it, as mom told me that it would be great if I have, but I had to train a lot on myself so that I can unlock my chakra. As Naruto simply nodded at that. Alright, I will be training you, well, not that much, since I'm going to be in the, in a shinobi team, in a Gani 1. So, I will try my best to teach you as much as I can, but I think that Kushina-sama as well as Hokage-sama will get some time to train you as well. As Narumi only nodded at that, as she started to, you can say, devour the ramen. As Naruto only laughed at that, as he started to eat in the same fashion as, you can say, Kakashi. As none of them even saw his face, and he was finally up. As Narumi looked towards Naruto. Naruto Nisa, how did you finish the bowl? And I did not even see your face. As Naruto only smiled. Well, that's the secret, Narumi. As Narumi pouted a little, as Naruto said, alright, let's go. As Narumi started to walk, as he looked towards Naruto and said, "Hey Naruto Nisa, are you coming back to the compound?" As Naruto simply shook his head. Well, Narumi, I have already left the compound because I'm no longer a Uzumaki and Namikaze, so it will not be right for me to live there on a free expense. As Narumi looked towards Naruto for some time. What do you mean by that, Naruto Nisa? You're a part of the family, and what do you mean that you're no longer a part of Uzumaki and Namikaze family? As she looked towards Naruto, as Naruto only smiled at that. Don't worry about it. When time comes, you will understand it. As for now, since I'm a big strong shinobi, I'm going to be living on my own. How does that sound? As Narumi looked towards Naruto, though I'm a bit sad that you are not living with us, but still, it does sound a bit cool. Wouldn't you agree? As Naruto only laughed at that. Alright Narumi, let's go. Let us have a bit of training if you want to. As Narumi only nodded at that as they went off to the training ground. As Naruto started to train her a little bit, and that is that. While on the other hand, let us go to the side of Minato and Kushina, as both of them have finished off in the, you can say, barbecue. As Mito said, "Hey mom, let's go for the shopping, and I want to buy something as well as some kunai and other things." As Menma said, "Yeah, I can use them as well." As Minato sighed, as he said, "Well, Menma, Mito, you guys already have kunais and shurikens, but you want to buy some more." As Mito said, "Come on, Dad, we want to buy some things, and it is our big day. Don't ruin it." As Minato only laughed nervously, as then Kushina was thinking about something, as she said, "Minato, where is Narumi?" As Minato blinked a little and said, "She went with Naruto, right?" As Kushina nodded at that and said, "Well, maybe we should find them, and then she can also go on the shopping as well. She was telling me that she wants to buy some things, and we can buy some, you can say, things for her so that she can practice, since we are going to start her training as well." As Manwa Mito blinked a little and then looked towards Kushina. "What do you mean by that, mom? And about Narumi, why she is even training to begin with? Since Naruto trained when he got to academy, maybe it is only right that Narumi goes to the academy and learn her own. It will be best for her." As Mito said. As Manma said, "Yeah, she is already way too much, you can say, spoiled brat." And both Minato and Kushina looked towards both of them. As Kushina said, "Alright Manma, Mito, your attitude is really starting to piss me off. As for your little sister, we are going to train her since she is going to the academy, and we did train both of you at this age, right?" As Menma said, but yeah, I know that, but we are special already. And for Narumi, and even for Naruto, though I do not consider him anything, but still, they did not have at least none of the talent to begin with, and we are the prodigies. So, and it is not like she's a, you can say, heir to the clan, so you can ignore her, and you can always train her. After all, both of us are prodigies, with a proud smile on his face, as Minato simply shook his head. He was now starting to think how much of a fool he actually was when he declared Menma as the heir. It seemed that the being the heir to the, you can say, Namakaze clan had really got to the head of Menma. As he simply shook his head, well, Menma, let's just forget it. As for Narumi, we will train them. We will train her. As for now, let's go for the shopping already. As Kushina nodded at that, sure, you can say, though she was not happy about, you can say, the behavior of her children. And now let us go a bit of timescape, as Naruto was already training Narumi, and now let us timescape for the next day. As Kushina was in the office of Minato, as she said, Minato, you have to do this. As you have to put Naruto in my team. I do not want to miss any of the time. And you do realize that if we will spend some time with him, he will forgive us, right, Minato? As Minato sighed at that, as he said, damn it. As he shook his head, well, Kushina, you already know that Naruto has been declared the Rookie of the Year. And for Manma and Mito is the Konoichi of the Year. But as for Manma, he is in the second position. I can simply not put him there. As Kushina said, Minato, you're Hokage for God's sake. And just put the team already. And if elders are trying to do something, then shut them up and grow up already. As Minato sighed at that, knowing that an argument with his wife is definitely not going to be in his favor. As he sighed and said, alright, but I have to put two other members in it, and then it will pull the elders to shut up. As then Kushina simply nodded at that. As she said, then what actually going to be? Five-man team, huh? Well, as Minato said, well, it will be Naruto, Menma Mito, of course, and then the other two persons are going to be, let's see. As for the other Jonin Sensei, Kakashi, I think that it will be better if Kakashi is there as well. And as for other members, Sasuke and Sakura, yeah, that should make a perfect team. As Kushina said, well, to be honest, I do not care for other two, though Sasuke is the son of Mikoto, but yeah, that will be great. Kakashi will be able to teach him something at least. As Minato nodded at that, and that will put the elders away from my head. As Kushina laughed at that, alright, don't worry, and I will take care of them. As she was really happy after putting Naruto into her team. As Minato sighed and said, alright, Kushina, you may leave, thank you. As Kushina went off. As Minato sighed, he already knows that a headache is already coming his way. Now, let us go to other side. As Naruto finally arrived back to the academy and all that things, and finally Aruka arrived as he smiled at his students and said, well guys, it's going to be the last day of yours in the academy. Hopefully, well, at least hopefully. Well, some of the students were confused why Iruka was saying hopefully, because Iruka knew that many of the teams simply got, you can say, fail and return back to the academy. As he chuckled and said, well, allow me to, you can say, explain you guys about the teams and all. As he started to explain about the Ghanaian teams and why they are made and things like that. And he also pointed out about teamwork and all, but many people did not pay it any mind, as Naruto simply, you can say, did not care about it whatsoever, as he was still looking outside of the window. And then finally Ruka smiled and said, alright guys, it's about time. The first team, Team 1, is going to be, as he started to explain the teams and now finally arrived at the next team, as he said, alright, Team 7, it is going to be, yeah, it is going to be a 5-man squad. This got the attention of the most of the people, as Shikamaru looked towards Iruka for some time and said troublesome, as he was looking back at the other kids and already knew that the potential candidate for this team. As one of the, you can say, said, but Iruka sensei, why there is a 5-man team? You just said that it is always 3 men. As Iruka said, well, it is going to be a heavy hitter team, and it is going to be consist of most of the people who are, you can say, ninjutsu specialists. As was hoping that she will be in that team. After all, she was in the team 10 and her team was not just yet explained. As Iruka said, alright, team are going to be Menma, Uzumaki, Namikaze. As Menma smirked at that, Mito, Uzumaki, Namikaze, and both of them were looking towards each other, and next member is going to be Naruto. But before he could complete his sentence, as he looked towards Naruto, who was staring into him, as he gulped and said, Naruto. And Menma and Mito eyes widened at that as they gritted their teeth. Why? Why their loser and pathetic failure was in their team? As Menma was already way too much pissed that he was not given the title of the Rookie of the Year, and Mito was robbing it on his face. Though Mito was also not that happy that Naruto, a loser and a pathetic excuse for Uzumaki and Namikaze, got the title, and she was really angry about it. But still, she will not lose the opportunity to tease Menma. But still, inwardly, she was not that happy that Naruto got the title. And before both of them could say anything, as you can say, Menma, speak up. Iruka Sensei, why? Why is that loser is in my team? As Mito said, yeah, he doesn't deserve to be with us. And but before both of them could say anything, Iruka said, alright, that is enough. As for the teams, to be honest, I do not know why these teams are made like this. These were made by Lord Hokage. And if you have any argument, go it and take it up to him. As Menma said, yeah, I will do that. He's my father. And trust me, after that, you are not going to be the part of my team. As Naruto simply was looking outside, as Menma said, did you hear me? As Naruto looked towards Menma, Menma, did you say something? At this, there was dead silence in the academy, and then most of the kids simply looked towards Naruto and then towards Menma, as Menma's eyes was twitching hard, as everyone burst into laughter. As for Iruka, he was holding back a bit of his laugh and said, well, I hope that he will make a good bond with Kakashi. As he simply shook his head. Well, I was not completed, yes. The next person is going to be in the team is none other than Sasuke Uchiha. As Sasuke raised an eyebrow at that. Being an Uchiha elite, he deserved to be in the strongest team. Yeah, that is right, as these were the thoughts of Sasuke. And next person, and the final one, as Ino and Sakura were simply glaring at each other, and Hinata was glaring at all two of them. And then he said, the next person is going to be Sakura Haruno. As Sakura jumped into the air, yeah, love prevails all. As Ino simply slumped down as Hinata was glaring daggers at Sakura. She better stay away from my Menma-kun. As Hinata thought that in her mind, as Sakura got a shiver going through her spine as she glared back at Hinata, as Hinata was glaring at Sakura, as she simply scoffed and said, love prevails all. As Iruka said, well, as I was saying, the sensei of these teams are going to be Kakashi Hatake and Kushina Uzumaki. At this, both you can say all three of the eyes widened. As for Naruto, his eyes widened for a little moment and then it shut, and he started to look outside of the window once again. As Menma and Mito were happy that their mother is going to be their sensei, but they were not happy that that loser is going to spend some time with their mother and going to take the time of love as well as attention away from them, as they were not happy about it whatsoever. As he started to explain the other teams and well, and that is all. As after some time the team started to arrive, as Kuronai arrived and said, alright team, come with me. As Hinata stood up, as she glared at Sakura, she better stay away from her Menma-kun. As then she looked towards Kuronai and said, as she scoffed, I'm a Hyuga, I deserve the best. As Kuronai did not like the attitude of this girl whatsoever, but right now she has to, you can say, bear the attitude of the Hyugas and all that. And after that, you can say Kiba arrived as well as Shino and those type of things, and they went off. As after some time the door was slung open and then finally arrived Kushina. She was dragging Kakashi as she said, alright Kakashi, it is more than enough that you are late for 3 hours. Do not dare to make my team wait for that long. As Kakashi laughed nervously, well, I almost got lost on the road of life. As Kushina sighed, you and your pathetic excuses, Kakashi. As she looked towards her team, alright Team 7, let's go. As she looked towards her team, as Menma and Mito were happy, as she smiled at them, and then she looked towards, you can say, Sasuke, as well as Sakura, already knowing that Sakura is a fangirl. As for Sasuke, she does not even know why his attitude is like that. Itachi is such a sweet guy, while on the other hand Sasuke, it seems that he has taken after his father. As Kushina thought that in her mind, and then she finally looked towards the fifth person, the person she was the topic of her mind of all the time right now. As she looked towards Naruto, as Naruto was now looking towards her, as she thought that how he's going to move his head and all. But to her surprise, he was staring back into her eyes, as if staring into her soul, as Kushina's mind started to get freeze on that all the you can say reports that she heard, as she often cried in her room after you can say getting the report, and that those reports of the hospital and the 5 to 6 year old kid getting beaten up, having broken bones, burnt skin, and those type of things, as memories started to flash into her mind of a you can say a 7 year old kid telling her that how as people do not like him in the village, but she simply ignored him, telling him that he must have done something wrong, and then went off to see Menma and Mito who were training, something like that. As two type of thing as guilt started to build up in her heart even further, as she was holding back tears. As Naruto simply looked into her eyes and then looked away. As Kushina you can say sigh, a bit relieved that Naruto was no longer looking into her soul. As she sighed, as then Kakashi noticed that as he put a hand to Kushina's shoulder, don't worry, Kushina-sama, he will forgive you in time. As she only nodded at that and said, "Alright, Team 7, come with us to the rooftop." After saying that, she sent Shin away along with Kakashi. As both of them arrived to the you can say roof, and Sasuke scoffed, that technique, I will learn it. After all, an Uchiha elite. As then he started to walk away, along with, you can say, Manma and Mito, still not have yearned. As Naruto wanted to avoid his so-called siblings as well as the other team already knew that there is Harry coming in his way. As he opened the window and then started to walk up into the, you can say, roof. While on the top of the roof, as Kushina was sighing, as Kakashi said, don't worry about it, Kushina-san. Though I already know that I am also feeling a bit sad about the whole situation, but still, in time he will forgive you. As Kushina nodded at that, as she looked towards Kakashi, Kakashi, you do not think that I'm a bad mother, right? As Kakashi laughed, don't worry about it, Kushina-sama. You're the best mother one could actually ask for, and don't worry about it. As Kushina nodded at that, but thought in her mind, not for Naruto at least. As she looked down, and then suddenly she felt a presence behind her as both Kakashi and Kushina looked back to see Naruto simply walking into the wall and finally arrived. As Kakashi looked towards Naruto, you know the tree walking exercise. As Naruto simply shrugged, it is nothing special. As he jumped into the roof and then she sat in front of both of them. As Kakashi was still reading his book. As Naruto looked towards Kakashi, so you're reading Ichi Ichi Paradise Season 2, huh? As Kakashi eyes widened as he looked towards Naruto. You know about this book, kid? As Naruto bring out a book. As he said, third version, you know. As Kakashi's eyes widened as he said, but that has not arrived into the market. As Naruto shrugged, I have my means. As he opened the book and started to read it, as Kakashi was dumbfounded as he was trying to peek inside of the book or something like that, as Kushina was in utter shock as she glared at Kakashi. Kakashi, you dare influence my little sweet Naruto for reading that perverted book? You're going to pay for it. And then she pulled out her, you can say, face as vein could be seen as Kakashi said, what? I have not influenced him, and I just met him. As Kushina was about to send Kakashi flying into the Hokage monument as the door was slung open, as Sasuke said, it's me, Uchiha elite, who comes out first. As he looked towards Naruto, who was already there, as he glared at his side, as he said, what? How could that dope arrive before me? No, it is not possible. Only an Uchiha elite deserve to come first. As he glared at Naruto and then took his seat. As while on the other hand, Naruto was still reading the book. As Manma and Mito also arrived there to see that their mother was looking glaring at Kakashi, who was trying his best to, you can say, pay attention to his book, but also glancing towards Naruto's book, who was, you can say, same as Kakashi. As they were a bit confused and also confused that how did that loser arrive before them. But they simply shook their head. As for Sakura, she also arrived there, glaring at Naruto after seeing that her Sasuke was glaring as Naruto. So she also started to glare at Naruto, fangirl and all. As they took their seat, while on the other hand, Naruto could see that all the eyes were on him, but he simply was reading his book and all. As Kushina was wondering that she's going to break each and every bone in the body of Jiraiya, as well as she is going to burn all the books of Kakashi. as Kakashi has a shiver going through his spine, wondering that if anyone is threatening his precious books. As she then looked towards all of them, seeing that how Naruto was ignoring all of the kids who were simply glaring at Naruto for no reason, as she thought in her mind, I have to talk to Minato about the attitude of Menma Mito. I really do not like it. As as for Naruto, he was simply ignoring all of them. As then, finally, you can say, Kushina, speak up. Alright, why don't you guys introduce yourself? As then Sakura speak up. But Sensei, how do we do that? Why don't you go first? As Kushina said, seriously, this kid was the almost Kunichi of the year beside Mito. As she simply shook her head and said, alright, allow me to go first. My name is Kushina Uzumaki. As for my likes, it's my family as well as Ramen and all of my children by looking towards Naruto, who was simply flipping the pages of his books. As then, and as for my dislikes, I hate perverts as well as the pathetic perverted books by glaring at the book of Kakashi, who was trying to protect book in a, you can say, protective manner in his arm. While on the other hand, all the cannons were dropped, as Menma Nito already knew that for some reason Kakashi is obsessed with those kids, and for some reason Naruto is also reading the book. As Menma and Mito were thinking if there are secrets of the being a shinobi, of the strongest shinobi in that book, as well as Sasuke was also thinking the same thing, that he wants that book. After all, only an Uchiha elite deserves that power in his hand. As he was making plans how to get the book from Kakashi or from this loser Naruto, not even thinking that he can easily buy it in the market. No, he's going to get it from them. As those were the thought pattern. While on the other hand, Sakura was thinking, Sasuke-kun is so cool. As Kushina finally finishes up and said, alright, you go Kakashi. As Kakashi looked towards her, alright. My name is Kakashi Hatake. As for my likes, you don't need to know them. As for my dislikes, well, those are secret. As for the goal, never thought about it. As everyone's sweat dropped. As finally, you can say it was time. As Menma said, alright, I will go first. My name is Menma Uzumaki Namikaze. I'm the heir to the Namikaze clan, the strongest clan in Konoha. As while on the time Sasuke scoffed at that as if your pathetic clan is anywhere near to the might of an Uchiha elite. As Menma said, what did you say about my clan, you damn Uchiha? As both of them were stood up and finally ready to, you can say, go at it. As Kakashi said, alright, that is enough. As Kushina was also looking towards, you can say, Menma and said, Menma, that is enough. As Sasuke also gritted his teeth as he took his seat, not liking his friend and rival, saying that his clan is better than his. After all, he is an Uchiha elite, as only his clan is the best. And those were the thought pattern of Sasuke, and Menma was thinking, that damn Uchiha, how dare he to say it? My father is Hokage, I'm the son of fourth Hokage, and I'm going to be the child who's destined to save this world. You will just see, Sasuke. As then he looked towards, and as for my dislike is pathetic loser who thinks that he's better just because he's good at running, as a glare at Naruto, while on the other hand Naruto simply flipped the page next as Menma was now fuming in anger. As then Mito speak up and said, alright, my name is Mito Uzumaki Namikaze. I'm the heir to the Uzumaki clan. My likes are that, and I really don't care. And now for the Sasuke, my name is an Uchiha elite. Sasuke Uchiha elite. As everyone was wondering if it is a part of his name. As for my goals, as there was a wind going through the area, as you can say the hair of Sasuke was flowing into it, while on the other hand Sakura had hearts in her eyes. Sasuke-kun is so cool, as Sakura said under her breath, but everyone heard it. And as for my goals is to surpass my older brother Itachi and then become the heir to the Uchiha clan and bring the Uchiha clan to a new might. As Kakashi sighed that this kid is nothing like Itachi. Itachi is a great person to begin with, while on the other hand Sasuke, for some reason, is obsessed with his name of an Uchiha and about something like Sharingan or something like that, as he sighed at that. As for my dislikes, those are so much and those type of thing. And then finally, it's about time for, you can say, Sakura, as she said, alright, my name is Sakura Haruno, and as for my likes, as she looked towards Sasuke as she giggled as everyone's sweat dropped at that, fangirl. And then she said, my dislikes are, as she started to go to, you can say, different things about goal and dreams and all. As for my dislike is Ino Pig and Naruto Baka. As she looked towards Naruto and almost screamed at top of her lung. To her surprise, Naruto was not paying any attention to her, which angered her even further as she said, hey Naruto Baka, I'm talking about you. As, did you listen to me? As Naruto simply looked towards her. Did you say something, Sakura? As Kakashi was thinking, I'm proud of this kid, damn. He's so cool, just like me. While on the other hand, Kushina was wondering if Kakashi has really influenced Naruto somehow. She's going to break each and every bone in Kakashi's body as Sakura was now fuming in pure anger. What? Are you deaf? And what are you even reading? As she tried to grab the book and she grabbed it, and in the next moment she saw that how Naruto grabbed her arm and said, Sakura, never ever threaten my precious. And in the next moment Sakura was sent flying, you can say, from the rooftop as everyone eyes widened as Kushina jumped, and then she released her chain, grabbing Sakura, who was screaming in pure, you can say, as pure fear as she was going outside. As everyone was now looking towards Naruto as Naruto grabbed the book and then pulled it into his arm. No one threatens my precious. As Kushina was in utter shock, while on the other hand Kakashi was thinking, I'm proud of this kid. Though throwing Sakura outside of the building was a bit too much, but still, I'm proud of him. As as Sakura finally was now shivering in pure, you can say, fear as she was stepping away from Naruto and towards Sasuke-kun and those type of thing. People were really, you can say, shocked to see that. As Kushina said, Naruto, what did you do that? As Naruto simply shocked, she tried to destroy my precious. So I have to save my precious people as well as my precious things. As for my introduction, my name is Naruto, no Uzumaki Namikaze clan, former Uzumaki and Namikaze heir, but it doesn't matter. As for my likes, are Ichigo Paradise, my family. At this, Kushina smiled, and after that, all the hopes simply destroyed, and that is only consist of my older brother, known by the name of Itachi Nisa, as well as my little sister Narumi. And as for my other family, I do not have any. As for my goals, I don't know. Just to become the strongest shinobi to ever walk on this planet. As this surprises most of the people as Sasuke scoffed as if a loser like you could become only an Uchiha elite deserve that title. As he said that out loud, but Naruto simply ignored him, which angered Sasuke even further. As Naruto said, yeah, that is all I guess. As Kushina sighed at that, as she looked towards Sakura, who was now in pure fear, stepping away from Naruto, as Kushina sighed, wondering that if this team is actually going to pass the bell test. As Kakashi said, alright, Naruto, but just don't throw it like that. And Naruto simply shrugged, she's a shinobi. She should be able to jump onto the next roof. That is not far away. You can already see. As Kakashi looked back to see, yeah, it was really, really near. A academy student could easily do that as he sighed by looking towards Sakura. She's definitely a fangirl, as he thought in his mind and said, alright, that is enough. Tomorrow, we are going to have a test. As Mito said, what type of test are you talking about, Kakashi-nisa? As while on the other hand, Sasuke was thinking, why did Naruto mention Itachi? Did Itachi have something to do with Naruto? But why? Only an Uchiha elite deserved the attention of another Uchiha. As he thought in his mind, he's going to talk to Itachi. As then Kakashi chuckled and said, well, it is going to be the Genin test. As at this, everyone looked towards them. As then Kushina started to explain about the different thing, and Kakashi saying that there is only 66% chance that they are going to fail. As at this, everyone was on a, you can say, at a bit of edge. As they laughed at that and said, alright, don't try to eat, and otherwise you might puke. And after saying that, both of them simply, as Kakashi simply went off, as Kushina was still there. As everyone went off, as Mito said, Mom, let us go to the Ichiraku ramen. We can eat some ramen. As Menma agreed with that, already knowing that their mother wants to talk to Naruto, not wanting to let that happen. As Kushina smiled, well, why don't you go ahead? Go to your father office, and then after that, I will be coming there. I have a bit of business to take care of. As Mito was about to argue, but then Kushina said, you may leave. As Mito grunted at that as she shot a glare to Naruto as Menma did the same thing as Naruto was already walking away. As Kushina spoke up, Naruto, can I talk to you? As Naruto stopped there, as Menma and Mito grunted and went off, not liking the idea that this loser is taking the time of their precious mother. As then Kushina looked towards Naruto and said, well, Naruto, I wanted to talk to you. As Naruto looked towards Kushina, what will that be, sensei? As Kushina sighed inwardly, already knowing that, already wanting to hear mom coming from the, you can say, mouth of Naruto, but not expecting it just yet. As she sighed and said, well, Naruto, I just was thinking about, your skills and all. I heard that you're interested in the Kenjutsu department. Though, if you want to, I can help you in the Kenjutsu training. You know that I'm a swordsman, right? As I know how to use the sword, right? As Naruto only looked towards Kushina and said, well, that would be great. As after saying that, he started to walk away. As Kushina was a bit happy that he did not say anything rash or something like that, but totally expecting it. If he were to shout at her that she did not bother to teach him before, why bother it now? As she was pretty happy after that, but he still was walking away. As he was still walking away, as Kushina said, wait, Naruto. As Naruto looked towards her, what is it now, sensei? As Kushina said, well, I heard that you're interested in the seals as well. I can easily train you on that, and your father will also be interested into training you into the seal department, and if you want to, he can easily teach you how to teleport, just like his technique, you know that, flash technique. As Naruto looked towards her for some time and said, well, though I appreciate your training, Sensei, but I don't think that giving a favor to one of your students is going to be set well with the other ones. You should train them as well and offer them training just like that. I will not accept any special training or whatsoever. Kushina was a bit surprised after hearing that, but Naruto, you're our son. We can train you. Besides, being a sensei, As Naruto simply shrugged her head. Well, I don't know about that department. And as for my parents, well, I don't know. Never knew them. As Kushina was saddened after hearing that, as Naruto looked towards Kushina and said, what about the training of Narumi? As she's the only living family I have. Hope that you're taking care of that. As Kushina was surprised hearing the name of you can say Narumi, though a bit sad after hearing that. Naruto only considered Narumi as a part of his family. As he said, about his training, we were thinking that what to train him, but you already know that I have taken being a sensei, and your father is always busy with Hokage, you can say business and all. Though I think that Narumi training have to wait a little. As Naruto looked towards Kushina for some time. As he said, well, don't treat my only living family in that manner, Kushina sensei. I will not appreciate it. It will be not that good that Narumi were to leave the compound just like I did and were to live on her own, and trust me, it is not that sweet to live on your own, people hating you and all and glaring at you and those type of things and all, losing your parents in such a young age, it is not that bright. So take care of her and just start to train her a little bit, not ignore her just for man Mito and some other business. I hope you have a good day, sensei. After saying that, he simply burst into, you can say, air and vanished from the area. As Kushina was in utter shock after hearing that, and she just realized she was just about to make the same mistake she did with Naruto. Even though she has become a sensei, it will be greatly unfair to Narumi that she has trained Menma and Mito, both of them, but she is refusing to train Narumi now. She simply shook her head as she thought that how bad of a parent she actually was, as she simply shook her head, ready and determined. Now, let us go to the side of Minato. As he was doing his own business and all, and finally the door and Ambu landed beside him. As he said, Lord Hokage, the council has been gathered and they want your presence there. As Minato blinked a little, what council? Who summoned council? As the Ambu said, well, it has been summoned by the elders. As Minato sighed, wondering what this could actually be this time. As he sighed and started to went towards, you can say, the council room. Well guys, here I will leave this part. Hope you guys enjoy this series, and as for next part, you guys already know the like goal, which is going to be, let's see, 250 likes and 180 comments. Do that and I shall upload the next part as quick as possible. So yeah guys, I hope that you guys are enjoying this series and things like that. And yeah guys, if you guys are new to this channel or if you guys have not subscribed yet, please guys do so. It will really help me a lot as I want to reach 10k as quick as possible. And if you were to subscribe to my channel, it will greatly help me. And yeah guys, I also have an Instagram channel or page, and if you guys do have an Instagram, you can say ID, please follow me on Instagram. So yeah guys, here I will end this part. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.